Hello, Kelly. My name's Tori.
Hello.
I'm your occupational therapist. Are you familiar with what OT is?
No, not really.
Not really. Okay. As occupational therapists, we help individuals get back to doing activities and occupations that they were before with as much independence as they can. We might introduce adaptive equipment or modify their environment to their needs so that they're able to achieve their goals again.
Okay, yeah, that'd be really helpful because I'm a receptionist and I really, really want to get back to work as soon as possible.
Wow, okay. Did you do a lot of typing then as a receptionist?
All day long.
Yeah, I bet that's hard with your surgery that you just had.
Yeah, it's really difficult.
Okay. How long ago did you have surgery?
Just last week.
Okay. Are you in any pain?
Yeah, it's pretty painful, just to touch, and obviously to move my hands certain ways is very painful for me.
Okay. What would you rate that pain?
I would rate it a 7 out of 10.
With 10 being the worst.
Right.
Okay. Hopefully we can find some ways that you're able to relieve that pain and maybe modify your environment a little bit so that it fits your needs better.
Okay.
Do you live alone?
I live with my husband.
Okay. Are you having problems with anything else besides your job?
I noticed that it's hard to lift heavy pots when I'm cooking.
Okay.
That puts a lot of strain on my wrist. And laundry is kind of difficult, carrying the heavy baskets.
I would imagine.
Yeah, so I asked him for a lot of help, but he's been doing good. He helps
That's
as much as possible, yeah.
That's good that you have that support from him.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good. Okay, what I would like to do today is some exercises, and then I would like to show you some new ways of typing since that is a big concern of yours.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see how all that goes, and we'll go from there. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay, the first thing is these are called tendon glides.
Okay.
And these help increase the circulation in your hand and your wrist, which will in turn decrease the swelling that you may have.
Okay.
And it also provides good range of motion, which is the way your joints move, in your fingers and your wrist. So I thought this would be good for you to introduce to you so that you can do it every day, because being in the acute phase of your carpal tunnel, which just means you just had surgery, there's not much strengthening exercises that you can do at this point until your doctor gives you the okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's normally after so many weeks after your surgery, then you can introduce some strengthening.
Right.
Okay? So I would like to do these exercises with you, see how you feel with them, and then we will see how we can modify your environment for you. Okay?
Yeah.
So these are the tendon glides I have for you. They are 9 steps, and we will do one hand at a time, so we'll start with the right hand. And at any time if you're feeling pain, just tell me and we can stop, because I don't want you to get any pain during this. It should be relaxing and being able to move your joints for you, okay?
Okay.
So we'll start with an open hand, and then just bend those fingers. Good job. And all these motions are slow and controlled.
Okay.
We don't want to go too fast. So we're going to open back up, make a fist, and bring that thumb right across your fingers. Good job. Open back up. Bend your fingers while keeping them straight. Good job. Open back up. Bend your fingers again and bring them to your palm. Very good. And then lastly, we just open back up. Good job. How did that feel?
It felt pretty good.
No pain?
No pain.
Okay, we'll try the other hand. Same thing, start with an open hand. Then we're going to bend your fingers. Good. Open back up. Make a fist and bring that thumb across your fingers. Good job. Open back up. Bend your fingers. Sorry, keep that thumb out. Good job. Open back up. Bring your fingers down to your palm. And then open back up. Good job. How did that feel?
Felt good.
Good?
Mm-hmm.
Do you notice if it increased or decreased your pain at all?
No, I think it stayed about the same.
Okay. Maybe after time, once you get used to these, it'll maybe see a decrease in your pain
Okay.
and help you relieve that.
Perfect.
So the next thing I have for you is a modification of your typing environment at work. Since
Okay.
this is a big concern for you, I thought I'd show you how the right way to type, which will in turn help relieve the stress on your wrist, which is where you just had surgery.
Right.
So if you'd like to come over to this desk here, we can demonstrate that.
Okay.
Okay, so to start off, I'd just like to see how you normally type at work.
Okay. So I noticed after my surgery that it's easiest for me to type when my wrists are cocked up like this, although it kind of makes my typing a little slower than it normally is. But this is the most comfortable way for me right now, unless you have any suggestions.
Okay, I do if you would like me to show you them.
Yes.
All right, so when we're typing, there's a right way to type and there's a wrong way to type. And here's a picture of those. Okay. So when you're typing, you want to make sure that your hands and your arms are straight. So these are all proper body mechanics to typing.
Okay.
So when you're sitting, you should be at an appropriate height so that your arms are straight and at an equal length of your keyboard.
Okay.
And your hands, you don't want them resting. You want to kind of keep them straight. You don't want to turn your hands in or turn them out, like this.
Okay.
So when you're typing, you should be able to draw a line straight down, and your arms can make a straight line.
Okay.
And you can take this paper with you just as a reminder.
Okay.
So why don't you give that a try and maybe type a sentence for me
Okay.
to see how that feels. Yep, and just make sure that your arms are straight. Yep, very good.
I told you I'm not very fast like I used to be.
That's okay. You're
Okay.
doing very well. How does it feel?
It definitely feels better. I think I just need to practice a little bit, get used to it.
Yeah, it might be awkward feeling right now, but once you get used to it and you do it day in and day out and type as much as you do, it'll be a normal thing for you.
Perfect.
Okay, so we'll head back over to the table here. All right, so how do you feel with everything that we went over today?
I feel good. I think these are all really good, helpful strategies that I think will help me eventually get back to work, which is my ultimate goal, I think.
Absolutely. Where do you work?
Erie Insurance.
Okay, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. I'm sure they're very lucky to have you.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for me right now?
One question is, how often should I do the tendon glides that you showed me?
They say you should do the tendon glides at least 3 to 4 times a day. So maybe you could do them in the morning, at your lunch break, and maybe right before you go to bed.
Okay.
Just kind of acquire it into your daily schedule and your routine.
Okay.
So that you get used to that, okay?
And then at any time, if it is getting too painful for me, what should I do then?
Well, you should, as you're at work, you should be taking frequent breaks. So I don't want you to be typing for 4 continuous hours. Like, get up, walk around, give your wrists a break, because that could be stressful for anybody.
Right.
So make sure you're taking those breaks. You can provide ice to your site that you just had surgery on. That might help relieve some of the pain.
Okay.
And if that doesn't help, like if either of those recommendations help, come back next week when I see you, and we can talk about maybe making a splint for you that you
Okay.
can wear at night, which will help give your joints a rest and that site a rest as well.
Okay. And then I know you mentioned adaptive equipment earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything that I could maybe use for my cooking or?
Absolutely. Are you having trouble like grasping onto things?
That's the main issue, I would say.
Okay. That's an easy fix. We can just build up your handles
Okay.
so that you don't have to grab onto things as tightly. You can just build them up.
Okay.
And there's a bunch of other things that we can work on with you to help achieve that goal as well.
Maybe we can focus on that next week?
Absolutely. What would you like to cook next week?
I love eggs.
Okay, that's awesome. We'll plan a cooking activity for you next week then.
Perfect.
Are there any other questions that you have before we go?
I don't think so.
No? Okay, if there are, just bring them next week and we'll sort through them. I'd like to hear how the tendon glides are going for you and how this work modification is going for you as well.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Awesome. Okay, well, good luck this week, and it was so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And nice to work with you.
You too.
Take care.
Thank you.